Welcome to the Project Tzitzis broadcast.
A special welcome to the entire Project Tzitzis broadcast community. There are certain mitzvahs, deeds, practices that we find in midrashim, in gemaras, in different members of Chazal, that they have extreme importance, that they're incredibly potent, that one drop of them is worth everything else. The most famous one, Talmud Torah Keneged Kulam, that every minute of learning is worth kulam, all the mitzvahs. And it's famous that the Chafetz Chaim, he does the math, and he says, how many words can you say in a minute? If you talk fast like I'm talking right now, you could say a lot of words in a minute. And even if you talk slowly, still, many words are said in a minute. And do the math. How many words are in a minute? How many minutes are in an hour? So if you're learning for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, for an hour, and then you multiply that by all 613 mitzvahs, it's incredible. The amount of mitzvahs that you can get is astronomical. But for many, learning is not so easy. And we can understand why. Talmud Torah is Keneged Kulam. There's another one that there's a medrash, maybe not as known, that says that Shmiras Shabbos, Shkula Keneged Kol HaTorah. That when we watch Shabbos, that when we're meticulous, that when we're careful, that when we guard the Shabbos, it's also like we did, like we watched, like we performed all 613 mitzvahs. But there's one mitzvah that perhaps is almost like a freebie. It's an easy one. It's not so difficult. And yet we find a Gemara Nedarim, Daf Chav Hey, that teaches us that there's an article of clothing, that wearing that article is as if you did all the mitzvahs, just by wearing it. Yes, it's the mitzvah of tzitzis. You wear tzitzis, says the Gemara, it's shakul kineged kol ha-mitzvahs. You get all the mitzvahs. We all know that there's the strands and the strings and the knots, and the tzitzis themselves remind us of the 613 mitzvahs. But even more than that, the Gemara is teaching us that this mitzvah is extremely dear and extremely potent. That by wearing the tzitzis, it's as if you're doing all 613. For many of us, the learning's not so simple. Maybe even Shmir Shabbos isn't that easy. But what we're seeing is, this mitzvah of tzitzis is so important. It has that extreme potence, that extreme power. Guard it. Be careful with it. And let's together increase our awareness of this most incredible mitzvah.
Project Tzitzis. Free tzitzis for anyone who doesn't wear tzitzis and would like to start wearing tzitzis.